Hey guys, it's Sasha with Rice and Raw, and I just wanted to make a support video for Harley and Freelee's recent video about how it's actually much easier than you think to go out and eat at a restaurant and still be 80-10-10. And I want to share with you some of my restaurant finds and some of my favorite dishes when I go out to restaurants. And honestly, I go out to restaurants 1 to 2 times a week. I have no issue admitting that. They are higher fat meals, but usually during the week I'm 95.5. I'm just mainly eating fruits and vegetables. I'm mainly eating plain rice with maybe some sweet chili sauce or, gochujang or sriracha, a bit of soy sauce as well. And that's really my basic day. And it only ever strays from that, when I go out to eat at a restaurant with my boyfriend, and I absolutely love doing that. And some people would say that the amount of food that I eat in one sitting is a binge. And, Harley and Freelee said that a binge, is usually thought to be over 1,000 calories in one sitting. But I would say that a binge is really where you are feeling completely out of control with your food, where you have no control over what you're eating. You kind of go into blackout mode, and you have no idea really how to stop. You just have to eat all this food, as much food as you can get your hands on. It doesn't matter if it's a 500 calorie or even a 300 calorie binge, or I've had binges of 2,500 to 3,000 calories in one sitting. It's really just where you feel so out of control. You choose foods that you would never normally want to eat, and you feel like absolute shit after. You hate yourself. You feel so much guilt, and that is a binge, and that's not healthy at all. And I haven't felt that way for, I don't know, a year and 2-3 months. I just, that feeling is completely come out of my life. I just don't get binges anymore. And I don't get binges because I'm completely carved up all the time. I don't get cravings unless I'm really hungry and I've gone way too long without having a meal. That's really the only time I'll get cravings, but they're always controlled cravings at this point, where I know what I want to eat, and I won't eat something that I don't want to eat, really. So when I go out to a restaurant, I know that I want to go out to a restaurant. I know that I want to eat this, and I know that afterwards I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm not going to feel shameful. And within the average of the week, I'm definitely going to be within my 80-10-10 ratio. So there's no worries at all going into this, and no worries afterwards. And it doesn't matter if I eat 300 calories or 2,000 calories in one meal. If I'm completely comfortable and have no issues with eating that many calories in one sitting, then that is not a binge at all. If I chose to eat that, and it's a long track with what I want to do, and I'm healthy because of it, and you can't call that a binge. A binge is really something more in the mind. And that's the feeling that no one wants to be feeling, and no one should have to feel that way. And if you are sick of binging, look into 80-10-10, look into Raw to 4. It is not rigid. You do not have to be perfect with it. And I stress this to people because I've seen time and time again people trying so hard to be 100% raw, pure, and perfect with it. And they're great for about 3 weeks. And honestly, that exact thing happened to me. I was great for about 3 weeks, didn't eat enough food. And oh look, I fell off the wagon and went on to a giant 2-week binge of absolute junk food, not vegan, just straight from the vending machine, candy bars, chips, anything I can get my hands on for 2 weeks. Gained 10 pounds of actual pure fat. I was actually, the sick thing was, as I was keeping track of my calories during this time I was binging, I was having 6,000 calories a day pretty much. And that's a horror story. That is what could happen if you're trying too hard to be 100% raw and you're not ready yet. I think it's something for most people that they have to ease themselves into over a long period of time. I haven't even had a fully raw day in almost a year and a half. I haven't. And I'm not striving for that, actually. So it's probably why I haven't. But it's not something where it's not necessary to achieve the results that you're looking for, because I've been eating this way for almost a year and a half, have not had a fully raw day since, and I am a lean bean. I mean, I have abs and I'm sitting down, you know. It's just a byproduct of the lifestyle. There's no conscious thought on how do I build my abs or how do I do this. Like, personally for me, it's just a byproduct of my lifestyle. I've been working out because I've enjoyed it. And if you guys think that I work out too much and that's the only reason why I'm able to stay this slim by eating that many calories, well, check out my workout log. As you can see, I don't work out that much. And then half the hours that I'm working out, I'm stretching. I'm literally just stretching on the floor and watching TV. So there's no like effort. It's all effortless. And that's a good, sorry, my hair is just really annoying me because it's still wet from the shower. It's just all effortless when you're working at one with yourself, and when you're on the right track, it will feel effortless. And it's tough to get there, but the only way to get there is you have to let go of control. You have to let go of desperately wanting to lose that weight. It's got to let it go. And that's when things are going to start to fall into place. Focus on more important things in your life, like family, friends, schoolwork, work, aspirations that you have other than weight. Like, instead of focusing on weight loss, focus on, you know, shortening your long distance running time or your sprinting time. Focus on getting better at pole dancing for me. Focus on, you know, memorizing that Zumba dance and being able to go through Zumba without, you know, getting really winded. Something like that. And that's when things start to fall into place. So I'm going to share with you, after this long time, I'm actually going to share with you the food that I eat. So I absolutely love vegan sushi. And I have been cutting back on my nori and seaweed intake, but I still will definitely be eating nori at least for now. And here's a picture of what my boyfriend and I had a couple weeks back. I'm holding the all avocado rolls, which one of them are mine and two of them are Joe's. And then Joe is holding the shiitake and avocado rolls and the sweet potato roll. And his is a sweet potato roll, and mine are those shiitake avocado rolls, which are my absolute favorite. So that is just a meal idea. And I don't know how people eat like 5 rolls in one sitting. The most I can eat is 3.5 rolls, and I'm stuffed by then. So, I mean, that's just, I guess, my stomach capacity. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I think if it was just vegetable rolls, like just like asparagus or cucumber rolls, I would be able to eat a lot more. But I think it's because of the fat in the avocado that causes me to eat a little bit less. Joe and I absolutely love going out to Asian cuisines, whether it be Indian, Korean, Japanese. Mostly we've been really focusing on the Korean food these days, and here's a picture of a place in New York City that Joe and I went to a couple weeks back, and I'm having the japchae, and Joe, I think, what did he have? I think he had the bibimbap, and we had the little sides, and it was amazing. And yeah, there is sesame seed oil in that, but I absolutely loved it. I didn't feel that bad after it, and I decided, like, this is one of my favorite Korean dishes, so it's definitely worth it for me. And we also go to this Korean restaurant down the road. Well, not just down the road. It's miles away. It's like half an hour away. But we go there at least once a week. We are so addicted. I don't know what they put in their food, but it's so delicious, and we just love going. It's a beautiful atmosphere. Joe and I just have a blast. And what I have usually is the bibimbap, and I get it without any egg and without any meat. I just have the vegetables, and it is so good. Oh my goodness. And yes, they do add in a bit of extra sesame seed oil, but I just have no qualms with that because I'm going out to a restaurant with my boyfriend. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm having a great time, and I'm still within my 80-10-10 ratio for the average of the week, and that's what's important to me. And here's a picture of bibimbap that I made at home. I made this on my own. I added my own sesame seed oil. I went out to the store and actually bought sesame seed oil, which is kind of funny because I used to be completely terrified of oil. Like, absolutely terrified, won't even touch it. Now, I do want to agree with Freelee and Durianrider where they say, if something's too oily and too salty, you can't eat it. Like, I just can't eat something that's too oily, like say vegetables are cooked in oil. Ugh, hate it. If you add any salt to my food, I'm already like, ugh. I don't know. Salt really does like ruin the taste for me, because my diet in general is so low in salt that if there's too much salt in something, it really ruins it for me. So I suggest, try to lessen your salt intake, and you'll get to see that you don't need as much salt to satisfy those like salt cravings. And what else? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I made the bibimbap, and the tablespoon of sesame seed oil that I put in was 14 grams of fat, and that's not even that bad. If you have like about 14 to, I don't know, and the rest of the food maybe 15 grams of fat in total, I mean, that's still maybe half of your fat intake for the day, and so you're still going to be under the 80-10-10 ratio. So my suggestion is take a look at the whole 80-10-10 book and idea, and then mold it to fit your lifestyle, mold it to fit you. You don't need to be perfect with it. It's all about the sustainability, and you can still go out and have fun at restaurants, and it just kills me when people are so like rigid with these things, because there's no reason to be that rigid. There's no reason. Just as long as you stay consistent with it over a long period of time, the results are going to come. If you are staying consistently high carb, low fat, vegan, it's gonna happen for you. And people make excuses for themselves, and that really, I put in my dues. I feel like I put in my dues. I gained that weight. I sat there, in the dining hall eating tons and tons of rice as an overweight person. Like, I did that. I sat there and people stared at me, and it was embarrassing. And I remember getting all these grapes and people staring at me, and I was really chubby, and I was so embarrassed. But I put in my dues. So it really bugs me when people are like, oh, I gained some weight, I don't know, I think I'm just going to go back to eating how I used to. And that bugs me, because I put in my dues. I gained this weight, and when people are like, oh, I'm so jealous, I wish I had your body, it's like, well, put in your dues. I did that. I sat there with like 35 extra pounds on me, eating all of this food, and just like letting go of control and just trusting the process. I'm just going on a tangent. I'm sorry. Don't think I'm like mad. It just bugs me that people think that they don't need to put their dues in, that they're like really special, that they won't have to gain any weight, on this lifestyle if they're coming from a passive restrictive eating or an eating disorder or something like that. Look, you're gonna gain weight. Like, it's gonna happen. Deal with it and move on. It's not the end of the world. And you know what? It's worth it over time. I see it as an investment in your future. Like, you go for like, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months of having a little bit of extra fat in your body, and then all of a sudden it comes off and you have like an amazing body and a crazy fast metabolism. And then you're like, people who are like, whoa, how do you get to eat all that food and stay so slim? It must just be your genes. But because you've been through all that weight gain and all that like stress, like, you've got here because of the diet, because of the lifestyle, and because of your consistency and dedication to the fact that this is going to happen for you. And then that process is going to start with you. How people are going to be like, oh, how'd you do it? And then you tell them, and they don't want to do it because they're going to gain weight. I mean, yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind if you guys are stressing out about gaining weight on this lifestyle. Know that, you might need to put in your dues to make it to the body that you want to be at. Alright guys, I hope this video helped you guys out with some ideas when you go out to eat at restaurants, and I hope it helped you out in not being so stressed out about eating more cooked food, eating a bit more fat. Not the end of the world. Just enjoy your life, and good things will happen for you. Alright, I will see you guys later. Bye.